sense of triumph washed over him.
Nah, you cut the line. At that point, you just cut the line. You you ever caught a catfish before? Those jokers are strong. They're or try to take a picture of it before you go back up.
Had it been me in his position, I might have been too intimidated by the fish's massive presence to continue. This encounter at some
That ain't the same fish. That there, I can see you pulling that in. That's normal. Green looked like he was the size of the boat. No, I'm not buying that.
times patience and perseverance in the pursuit of our goals can lead to incredible rewards. Number to some strange sounds echoing around him. Intrigued and was astonished to discover a pangolin digging energetically into the ground. Sized mammal is recognized for its protective keratin scales and its diet consisting mainly of ants and termites. Ordinary. It was clawing at a nearby wall. This unexpected behavior left the man bewildered and concerned for the creature's safety. Sensing that this was not a typical display, he opted to leave the scene. Was engaging in such behavior solved, adding another layer of intrigue to the animal's already fascinating nature. Petrified giant. Discoveries and a group of tourists found themselves immersed in history during a recent venture into the woods. One member of the group spotted something extraordinary. And the unknown. After exploring the area, they departed, but the encounter left lingering questions. What else remains hidden in the depths of the wood? Old stories from the past waiting to be uncovered. The petrified giant serves as a reminder that nature can preserve the thrived in these landscapes.
That thing probably houses like one of the biggest snake dens I've ever seen. The entire time they were showing this thing and how it resembles a snake, all I could think about was, man, they probably right next to one of the biggest snake dens and don't even know it.
Centipede encounter.
Leef met de kracht van de natuur. Holland en Barrett. Verrijk je skincare routine.
Woods are often full of surprises, and one man's stroll with his dog exemplified that notion perfectly. What began as a serene walk turned into an unexpected encounter. A centipede. The size of the creature was astonishing, and the man could
What's
hardly
up,
believe his
Spencer?
eyes.
How you doing?
It was a sight he had never anticipated. Initially
Good morning to
taken
you.
aback, he watched as the giant centipede moved gracefully along its path, seemingly unbothered by their presence. Instead of feeling alarmed, the man decided to remain calm and let the creature continue on its way. As he observed the centipede from a distance, swirled in his mind. Did this extraordinary insect
What have you
belong
up
to our
to? What have you
world,
been
or
up
was
to
it something out of
this
a
morning?
fantastical tale?
This early
Such
morning?
encounters
What have
remind
you
us that
doing?
nature is full of enigmatic creatures,
What have you been
leaving
doing?
us in awe of the mysteries that exist all around us. Number the Amazon rainforest, a man stumbled upon something exceptionally strange. There, lying upside down, was a peculiar little creature that immediately caught his attention. Without hesitation, he whipped out his phone and began recording this unexpected find. He was convinced, and watching the footage, I can see why he thought that. To me, it looked eerily similar to a young skinwalker. What intensified the creepiness of the situation was the creature's apparent lifelessness, as if it had been deliberately hidden away, hoping to remain unnoticed. By pure chance, this adventurer discovered it, prompting questions about what other mysteries the depths of the Amazon might hold. This encounter adds to the ever-growing list of strange and unexplained phenomena found in the wild. Number 19. The buried creature surprise. While cleaning up trash along the beach, a man made an unexpected discovery that turned out to be quite extraordinary. As he rummaged through the sand,
You say I'm having a good day. Well, me too, man.
another piece of litter.
I'm just
To
watching
his astonishment, it was anything but trash. It was an
few
unusual creature buried beneath
videos
the
that
surface.
I won't believe this if you want to capture. Yeah. But yeah, you're doing nice to read that you're doing well, my guy.
Resemblance to a massive beetle, complete like appendages reminiscent of an octopus. This surreal
A good
creature's
day, but what
origins.
have you
Nah, it ain't no
what have
aliens
you
in the
been
water.
doing?
None at all.
What are the
That
things
was
that
here.
you
That
have
was that
done
was
or
part here.
things that you
Yeah,
are about to do?
ain't no aliens in the
Let
water
me
at
know, man.
all. Yeah.
It's astonishing to think that such alien-like beings may exist in our world, hidden just beneath our feet. This interest in marine life, but also raises questions about the unseen ecosystems that shores. Number This upcoming footage showcases a fish known. While it's the smallest variety of garfish, this particular specimen hunting in pools teeming with sunfish, crayfish, and frogs.
You
With
say I
its
never touched
alligator-like
grass
mouth,
for two
the
weeks.
Florida gar can snap up its
Okay.
prey in the blink of an eye. Affectionately referred to as the
Are
spotted
you
gar,
alright though?
due to the
That
distinctive spots adorning its body, this fish is a true marvel
do you
of the
feel alright
aquatic
with it?
world.
Do you feel alright
Observing such a skilled predator in
not
action
touching
provides insight into
the
the
grass
fascinating dynamics of
for
underwater
that
ecosystems.
that
The
amount of
elegance and efficiency
time
of this fish remind us of the intricate balance of nature.
Grab a leg, a human leg, but
or
it definitely
days?
grab a human
It's
toe.
not time
You know
anymore.
what I
It's
mean?
days.
Like, how big can a
That's
big
a lot.
gar grow to? Would be my question.
You enjoy it.
Like, not quite a piranha type, but definitely look like it can do some damage.
In a secluded forest, an
At least
explorer
some couple
uncovered a
times
perplexing
because
green artifact that sparked intrigue and
yeah,
speculation.
I
The object resembles a
I
skull,
don't like
with clear
feeling
visibility of
isolated.
its teeth and eye sockets captured in the
Okay, you
footage.
enjoyed it. That's dope.
Adorning the
That's
skull
dope.
are strange glyphs and intricate drawings, while its elongated shape adds to the air of mystery surrounding it. This discovery prompts fascinating questions about its origin. Could this artifact belong to creatures that inhabit the
No,
forests,
I
or
have to get
perhaps to a
outside,
group
man.
of feral people living
I'll
out of
see you
sight
next
from
time, my guy.
civilization?
It
Such
was
findings
nice to
urge
have a
us to
catch up with
consider
you.
the hidden
Nice to
mysteries
have
and
a
stories that
conversation
nature
with you
holds, waiting to be
in this
revealed.
early morning. Don't
Number
get to have
16.
that with many people.
The Woodland Wonder.
And enjoy your day.
Deep within the woods, a man encountered a giant mushroom that left him utterly astounded. This colossal fungus was several inches wide and stood nearly 7 inches tall, an impressive sight indeed. While humans have seen large mushrooms and even toxic varieties, this particular specimen was unlike anything anyone had ever witnessed. Some might speculate that this extraordinary mushroom is a remnant from the pre-flood era, a time when the world looked vastly different, and even the most ordinary objects like mushrooms were of colossal size. This discovery showcases the diversity of life in the forest and encourages us to explore the mysteries that nature has to offer. Each encounter deepens our appreciation for the wonders that exist in our environment.
No,
Now it's
no,
All
no.
I can think about is looking at
Oh,
it. That mushroom, you gotta
like
go
every day, my guy, every day.
hallucinating or something. That's all I can think about was looking at that. Like was powering up.
Everyone knows the rivers of the Amazon are full of kind of crazy alligators and crocodiles, but this big boy might just be the biggest we have ever seen. The right is named Guillaume, and he was fishing in the river when he suddenly saw this thing swimming toward him. Thankfully, a zoo with dangerous animals. Knowing he could behave and conduct himself in such a way that it would keep the big, he was able to get up close and personal unharmed and take this photo. You would never catch me this close to a regular crocodile, let alone one that looked like this. As always, let us know your thoughts in the comments section down below using the hashtag #SweetTopic. Themselves near the Amazon River, where they stumbled upon something truly bizarre along the riverbank. As they ventured closer, their eyes widened in disbelief. There they spotted a fish that bore an uncanny resemblance to an
Elephant?
elephant's head, complete with
A fish
fins
looking like an
protruding from the
elephant. That's
sides.
crazy.
Intrigued,
What's
they
up,
observed the
Roxy?
creature closely and speculated
Is
that
that
it might
Mr.
be the
Roxy
result of some
Moto?
scientific experiments gone
It's been a
awry.
while to
The
have a.
eerie sight left them feeling
It's been a
unsettled,
while, man.
prompting
How
them
you
to
doing?
leave the strange fish behind. But who knows what else might have been lurking in the area? If they had taken a bit more time to explore, they might have uncovered even more astonishing secrets hidden along the riverbanks. The Amazon is known for its mysteries, after all, and this encounter only adds to its allure. Number 14. The Enigmatic Nagual. This
It's true.
intriguing
Long time
footage
no
has
see.
been
I'm
circulating
pretty sure
widely
a couple
online,
weeks, maybe
capturing the
two, 3 weeks,
imagination of many. In the clip,
maybe
a
a month.
peculiar creature lies curled up on the floor in a fetal position, with humanoid facial features and
Cigarettes.
a furry body reminiscent of a
Yeah, I
goat.
cannot
The
show
being
it
appears to be
because
peacefully sleeping.
I know
While
some
some
people
skeptics claim this is merely a clever hoax,
are too
suggesting a
young
person
for
in a
that.
costume is behind it, others feel differently. Believers in folklore point to the mythical Nagual, a creature said to possess the ability to shapeshift into human form. This fascinating legend raises
So I cannot
questions
show it
about the
to
reality of
I
such
cannot show
creatures
it to your
existing
younger
in our
viewers.
world. What do
That's
you
not
think?
the
Is this fish
that's not what
genuine,
I'm
or
trying
is
to
it
put you
simply an
on.
elaborate prank? The debate continues as viewers ponder the possible truth behind this mysterious being. Discovery. While the buzz surrounding the alien worm continues, another
This is what stuff and whether you believe it's real or not. This right here, something that can get inside your body and grow like it's doing now. Yeah, yeah. This should stuff like this. And for me, I don't
What are
think
you
it's just
doing in this
unique to
morning?
Amazon. I think this stuff
What are
is
you up to?
everywhere.
is being called an alien bug. Unlike anything seen before, this creature is entirely transparent and glows a striking neon yellow. It looks as if electric currents are flowing
Okay,
through it,
what did you
illuminating every
smoke then?
surface it touches with a vivid radiance. Online commentators quickly dubbed it the alien bug. Experts have struggled to identify this glowing anomaly. The Amazon is clearly full of surprises, and this intriguing find has left many wondering about the bizarre forms of life that might exist in these uncharted territories. What do you think this glowing insect might be? The mystery unknown. Number aquatic enigma.
What did you smoke
What you
then?
see here is
If you
no
say you
ordinary
already
fishing
smoked, what did you
catch.
smoke?
A man was out on a fishing trip
And
when
if
his
I
bait
show
snagged
you, if
something
I start
peculiar.
showing you
This
what I'm
strange
doing right now,
creature displayed a
multiple
fish-like
people
body,
start
but had
watching me,
claws reminiscent of a
seeing,
lizard.
and
Even the
some
fisherman
others to
was
say, yeah,
astounded by
I
its
cannot put on
transparent
everybody
exterior,
with what
revealing
I'm
centipede-like
doing in my
legs
daily
visibly
life.
writhing inside its stomach. This surreal sight left him baffled, as he had never encountered anything like it before. To this day, the creature remains a mystery, with many questions surrounding its
What
identity
I do
and
is what
nature.
I do.
If you think you might know what this unusual being is, feel
It
free
has
to share your
nothing
thoughts in the comments.
to
The
do
world of
with you.
aquatic life continues to intrigue and surprise, offering endless possibilities for discovery. Adventure. Renowned adventurer to a remote location, aiming to uncover a giant crayfish that he had never encountered before. When they discovered it in the dark, murky waters of the Amazon, they carefully pulled it out with their bare hands. The size of this crayfish was remarkable, far exceeding what one might expect from the usual species. To further into the
But
crayfish,
what for
opticians
cigarette do
tracked
you
its
smoke then?
numbers and growth rates. After their investigation, they made the
Like
responsible
what
decision
brand?
to return the giant crayfish to its habitat. Protecting such rare creatures from extinction, commitment to conservation, inspiring chapter to the ongoing story of wildlife exploration. Legend. Rainforest, a tourist initially struggled to find anything out of the ordinary. Just as he was about to leave, however, his luck changed dramatically. He spotted a massive anaconda that sent shivers down his spine. This creature, stretching approximately 15 meters in length, was crossing the river on its way into the dense woods. The footage sparked various discussions among viewers. Some claimed it was the oldest snake in the Amazon, while others insisted it was the legendary monster anaconda said to roam the jungle. Regardless of its identity, witnessing such was a remarkable experience, leaving many captivated by the mysteries of the Amazon. Woods late at night when they suddenly curiosity got the better of them.
Marlboro,
They decided to
Marlboro,
investigate the unusual noises. Out of nowhere,
Marlboro.
a strange, thin creature emerged, seemingly them away. Rather than fleeing in
But
fear, the friends stood their
what
ground,
type? The
unfazed by the
red.
creature's presence. But
I'm
just
pretty
as
sure
suddenly as
Marlboro
it
don't have
appeared,
the
the
blue.
mysterious
They have
being
red.
vanished
They
back into
have.
the shadows of the woods, leaving the friends bewildered.
Do
The
they have the
encounter
blue?
raised questions about what they had just
I know
witnessed and
Marlboro
what
have
other
red,
secrets the
gold,
forest might hold.
and
A number 8.
they
The
used to
mystery
have
monster.
blue. I'm pretty
Reports of a
sure they
massive
used to
creature
have
lurking in the
Marlboro
wilderness have captured the
have blue
attention of many. With
blue
its furry
tabs. But
exterior resembling that of a
anyways,
bear, this creature's size and unique shape distinguish it from any known species. Observers noted how the
I
creature
always
seemed
pick
to
the gold
drag its
one. I don't
lower
know why.
body as it moved, suggesting it might be injured and searching for a safe place to hide from potential predators in the area. This unsettling sight prompts viewers to speculate about the identity of the creature. What could
They're
this
the
beast
expensive
be?
ones, but
Do you
yeah.
have any ideas or theories?
All you need to know is it's calm and deadly. That's the only thing you need to know about this, and to keep your distance from him. Yeah,
Pleasant to smoke.
it's moving slow, but I feel like that's all an illusion. Like it's just like you get up on it, it probably move faster than anything you've ever seen and be more vicious than anything you've ever encountered. Just yeah, all right. So just leave it alone. I suggest.
Be sure as we
Hey,
try to unravel the mystery surrounding
connect.
this
Those
enigmatic
not
figure in the
the
wild.
minty ones?
Number 7. The Man Beast. A group of hunters on the lookout for deer stumbled upon an
I feel
extraordinary
like
creature. With horns
every
akin to a
cigarette
beast
that
and a furry
has a
appearance
mint
similar to a
shit,
bear, this
a
cryptic
mint,
being stood tall on its
it's
hind
it's
legs,
pretty disgusting
showcasing sharp
unless you can hide
claws
it
and
yourself.
teeth. Its strange form gave it a truly bizarre look, leaving the hunters in awe. Local indigenous tribes claim to have encountered this
But
creature
yeah, what's up? What's up? What's up? What's up? What's up? What's up? Yeah, I got a call, so yeah. You say it's called Connect. You a chain smoker or what? No, I'm not. I'm not a chain smoker. Uh, what's up? What's up? How is everybody doing? I see 9 was on the chat, but then I know. Well, Hotel Sanders Boots. Sanders Boots over. What does that? A lot of rabbit holes. India, Indian woman goes up on black woman. And she's standing. This is interesting. This is go, let it go.
Good shoot. Well, you got in here, and she's going viral. Yeah, she's a nice looking. He said the dreaded N word.
The fine looking Indian guy. Yeah.
Bet I won't where you got me. I'm sitting going to stuff asking if you good. You been staring at me. Your face eyelash. I don't get out of my face.
Was upset. She's in her car. Yeah, why are you filming? Now, I don't condone the use of that
See, get the
word.
fuck out of here with your fake
word
eyelashes.
offended me so much. It almost made me cry. I
You
mean, think about
N-word.
We've been in this country for 400 years and they still using it. But
You can use it in that kind of, you know what I mean? That's what I'm saying.
Or hateful, despicable, I understand that.
When you're having a fight,
Something led up to this, and she's in her car.
how you feel like it's necessary to go because
I don't know what's going on. I know she's pissed. I know both ladies are pissed. But this is the thing.
you don't make
I've
me
been
about
calling it
race.
Yeah. What I do? Laugh? Is that best you got? I know I'm a... Right about that?
No.
I am kinda. I should have been a white man.
I should have been a white man.
Listen to black people's reaction. Yeah, to what happened.
Tasha, you knew better not to call that lady the N-word, but we finna double down. If you guys have not heard, this is Natasha Chand with a black woman, and in that video, you hear
Started this whole incident. Yeah, you only got one side of the story. She made herself look very bad. Yeah, but she's being confronted by this other lady and she just lost her cool. Yeah. But come on, who do you think started the entire incident? I know who started it.
about 10 times. That lady was trying to provoke that black woman so that black woman could put her hands on you.
Nah, that's not what happened.
You watch Netflix? No, I'm not watching Netflix.
That's the way it works. Really, who wants
I'm watching YouTube. I'm just watching some couple videos that I saved to watch later.
As soon as hands got
And I'm watching the Hodge twins. So it's a video from 4 days ago. It says woman goes off on black woman. Yeah, she was they was having an altercation somewhere in California, and yeah, arms on each other and saying like fake eyelashes. And, you are a B, and they were just going off on each other. Just clicks.
A little bit better. Now, a lot of you guys are saying that Natasha works at Kaiser in Oakland.
She what? Is like she sell hot dogs.
Or maybe Kaiser in Pinole. After a little bit of digging, she might actually work at Bank of the West. Either way, you calling someone an N-word or a racial slur over a parking spot is wild.
Oh,
Over a parking spot.
You know what's crazy? Black people say that word all the time in the music. They're just normal, casual conversations with other black people. They don't use
Is
the
that
hard
serious?
It means the same thing. Yeah, I know. Black people just sitting there calling each other the N-word. Yeah. And then when a black person about to shoot somebody, first word come out of their mouth, the N-word. Yeah. Yeah. It means the same thing. Yeah. Yeah. Like black, blackie. It means the same thing. He said, hey, blackie.
Blackie.
That sounds worse.
To go to her job, I would not advise you guys to go to her house, even though
You still
guys
remember
have
about the
her
kid
address
who was
and her license
locked
plate.
up
At the
in
end of the
house
day,
by a
karma's
woman?
gonna come
Yeah, it's not a kid.
And when it
That was
does,
not a
don't
kid,
get your ass
bro.
on your car
That
and
was
tell
a
us I'm
grown
okay.
man. It was 32, but a little bit disabled. You know, it was not a kid. That was, yeah, I remember that. Yeah. That was crazy. That was a crazy story. It was a little bit, he was a little bit slow. It makes sense that he was disabled a little, or had some mental issues, not disabled, but yeah. So it was kind of a little bit slow, and it's sad, but yeah.
They're surprised because she's pretty much the same color as us and her. Yeah. Right? This is like shocking to them. Yeah. Those people do not see themselves as being black because of one thing, black people's culture. Yeah. When she's using that hard ER, that's because she doesn't agree with black culture. Right. Just because y'all share the same skin color, she shouldn't be saying that. No. Black people are our own culture. They don't see themselves as black. They're not black. They're Indian. I'm thinking these black women gonna say, hey, man, why you use that word? You're black just like I am. No, you're not. No. Totally different culture. Totally two different races. They're considered Asian, right? Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Over and over and over again.
My bad. Pardon.
So now the Indians is racist.
Carmelo Anthony?
And they don't like black people.
Yes. Yeah, but they don't like black people. Huh? You think India loves black people? Who really can say
Do Indians
they
love black people?
Yeah, acting like that. Yeah,
Hey, yo,
they
this
try to-
I'm
they
asking you
try to
to.
paint that woman like she's
I'm
anti-black.
asking it to you,
This is the
Roxy.
perception.
Do Indians love black
Yeah,
people?
this is what black people fail to understand. Y'all act like black people have people's perception.
You
of
say
black
yeah,
people
yeah,
outside of black people.
that went
I
too
think they have
fast.
this great
But
perception of
really,
black people.
do Indians love
Like,
black
I know
people?
what people think when they think of a black person. It's
You
not
gotta
good.
elaborate. You know what I mean?
There's-
Just
for some reason they have
don't just say
something wrong
yes.
on
Yeah,
that
you
people
gotta
look at our race
say
as
yes
people, us,
by
it's like
or
stuff.
no,
Yeah.
but then
Like, yeah,
give a
her
reason
using that
behind
word,
it.
I mean, it doesn't really, I don't care. It's just a word. I mean, it doesn't really trigger me or offend me because I don't see myself in that same light. Mm-hmm. You know, y'all, like, you're going to probably see a lot of black women doing reaction videos to this because y'all triggered by that word because I think deep down, y'all assimilate with that word like she's talking about you. She's not talking about you. She's talking about the subculture that's within black people, that's in the black community, that people cannot stand. Even black people cannot stand. Chris Rock had a joke on this. Yeah. There's a difference between black people and the ends, the ninjas. Yeah.
It's the difference between black people and the ends.
We're black people. At other ethnicities, races, because.
And we're behind closed doors.
But I think other ethnicities that call black people the hard R, YT.
No, they're not black. Just because we share the same skin color, like Indian people, they're not black people. There's Latinos, Puerto Ricans that share my same skin color, but they're not considered black. They're Latino.
Yeah, they're not considered black.
They have a different ethnicity. See, that's why they're so up and down about this. Because no, you shouldn't be calling me that because we share the same skin color. That's not how it works. She's addressing the subculture, the negative connotation when you think of black people. And that woman, I'm thinking, was acting like one out in the parking lot, and she called it that repeatedly. Now, I'm not justifying what she did, but I totally understand where she's coming from. But y'all are mad at y'all mad at the lady using the N-word for the wrong reasons. Y'all mad at her because she's the same complexion as y'all. And y'all saying, well, how dare you call us that word? Just using N-word. Y'all trying to say that she shouldn't be saying that word. Everybody says that word. White, black, Latino. Doesn't matter. Y'all mad at her for the wrong reasons. Y'all trying to say, well, you can't use that word because we have the same complexion. That's just stupid. It's a totally different culture.
They classify themselves probably as
white.
YT. They feel like the YT people.
They're not white. She's proud to be an Indian. She's proud to be Asian. They say to us that we are Republicans, and the reason why we were Republicans is because we hate being black. We want to be white.
Do Indians feel like they are white?
Yeah, there's that same argument they always
because that's what she's claiming. Whoever this black woman is.
Y'all got some stupid takes. Okay, it's a word she shouldn't have said it. Big deal. But y'all mad at her because
because that's the only thing that makes sense. Because how are you as an Indian woman,
here we go,
which is a person of color, that person, the hard R?
The N word with the other.
It have to be because you think.
So stupid. Fake outrage. Black people call themselves without the ER. It still means the same thing in music and everything. And people are laughing at us. Man, y'all call each other the N-word? Well, it means something different because we don't use the hard ER. But it's a derivative from the word with the hard ER.
I don't even really, you know what?
Yeah, you stupid too.
Chan. What her is.
No, every black woman is going after her.
She's not black. She's Indian.
Okay.
Her background is Hindu. But, Ceylon, which is a little island off of India. And my friend Prashanti was dark skinned. This young lady is darker than me.
No, she's not.
And it pisses me off because by being black, my girlfriend Prashanti very much told me, just like black people in the United States, light-skinned, dark-skinned people experience racism. She said that a lot of the actresses and people that are in entertainment, the lighter-skinned actresses, or they, put makeup to make their skin look lighter, get most of the business. And she said that the darker-skinned Indians experience a lot of. So well would Natasha Chan
black woman and call her the N-word with the hard R. Probably because she pissed her off. Yeah. I can say this. I guarantee you, people from India, when they get in a huge argument with a dark-skinned Indian person, I bet you don't call them the N-word. To what? Say that again? I bet you when Indians, like if you get, like her, yeah. Since you get in an argument with another Indian person, yeah. And
way to become a meme.
No, because they know they better than them.
I feel nothing.
Because she's got some color to her skin. Yeah. There's a lot of people that's got color to the skin and they're not from Africa. Yeah. GER calling her ninja over and over. All right, shut up. I'm gonna read these comments. Okay, look at these comments. People from India been racist. I wonder why. Like, if I'm out in public, somebody call me the N-word repeatedly, I'm like, it's like, word has points of me. The meaning behind that word that I attach to it is what gives it all of its meaning. Yeah. I'm so sorry, and then that would bother me. Yeah. But it's just somebody that I probably pissed off. They're trying to piss me off. Right. You're trying to get a reaction. Or maybe, I've been called N-word plenty of times in life. In California, there's this crazy white woman because I cut her off, almost killed her. Yeah. I deserved it. I just laughed it off and said sorry. I had it coming. It's like people at that word, okay, it's a horrible word, so what? Yeah. Sticks and stones may break my bones, but words will never hurt me. Yeah, it's like black people, y'all think this is frontline news. Man, this is crazy. You hear she called that woman the N-word over and over. I think that girl got charged with a hate crime. Yeah, look, watch this. Hold on, let me do this. She got charged with a hate crime, right? Look at this. Well, they investigating her. Watch.
The audio. Folks from not even just around Pinole and the Bay Area, but even Los Angeles got a hold of this video and was asking me, was this your city? And unfortunately, the answer was yes.
Pinole's mayor says it happened on Sunday in downtown Pinole in the parking lot outside the Pear Street Bistro. He says the person who recorded the video is in touch with the city, and police are investigating this as a hate incident.
A hate incident? If she gets arrested for a hate crime, that would be nuts. Okay, so saying the N-word, you go to jail? That's not a... Is when you go up to somebody, hey, ninja, I hate you people. Why don't you go back where you came from? You in? Real. Or you go online and you, what you call them? And you go online and spread hate, like saying, death to all ninjas.
Police are investigating this.
Yeah, it's just... parking spot. If that's a hate crime, that is nuts.
Well, parking spot. We have loose things to fight about.
Maak een afspraak voor de Schoneberg Hoortestdagen op 24 en 25 april. Kijk op schoneberg.nl/hoortestdagen. Veel eten voor weinig geld? Haal de meal deal bij KFC.
Maybe we should be green.
What's good, y'all? It's your boy Leonard. Today I'm doing another Time to Laugh for Smile. But today is different. Today's not different. Today not even different. Let's redo that. Today not even different. Today, y'all made me another Try Not to Laugh video, but except it's what I asked for. It's an animal edition. Memes for Leonard, animal edition, Try Not to Laugh. I already know this is gonna be funnier, but at the same time, I'm not laughing or smiling, bro. Just face that. Shout out to Timmy T. So make sure y'all go subscribe to Timmy T. Laughing or smiling, trying to laugh. Discord meeting for Leonard. Let's go. We seen this one already. That one in there already.
You said it's supposed to be free, you fat lying bitch! Look, I didn't catch your dumb ass. I was gonna make goddamn brown stew out your thin ass bitch.
shit. You start fighting with a dog.
It's gonna take probably 1 or 2 more years for that to happen. But look at this, you guys. Look how precious he is.
Oh, I see this one. I see this
He
one.
hasn't even landed a single kick yet.
This dude brave for messing around with a kangaroo like this.
He was baffled by that kiss.
Big shit. Oh shit. Oh shit.
Testing out my dog's barking collar.
This for the last one. Yeah, I wish it kept going here.
Caps. Caps.
Alright, nigga. Remember, you got 9 lives. You got 9.
You got
8.
8.
You got 8 lives.
8
Get
lives.
up. I don't know what the fuck you got going on. Come on, Mr. Whiskey. God damn. 7.
7. Okay.
You had 7
Keep it
lives.
going.
You got 7 left. I don't know what you're doing.
What you want?
Figure it out, man. Boy,
5.
5. Damn. You got 5 motherfucking lives left. Chill out.
I'm gonna take you.
It has lights on it. Oh my god.
The dogs.
Oh, this one right. I see this one already, yo. He's gonna have me crying for like 20 minutes, man. I wish I seen it for the first time. Stupid ass dog.
Leef met de kracht van de natuur.
Is he going to deliver speed?
Oh!
God.
Duke, do you want the ball?
I seen that one. That's 40 bills, yo. Shout out to 40 bills, yo.
What the hell wrong with you? Hey, yo!
Yeah, I would have threw up. Yeah, he had doodle on his lip. He had doodle on his lip.
Buddy, your owner's probably looking for you. Oh, whoa, whoa, hands, hands, let me see your hands, stop resisting.
Oh, we see this. I see this. I see this on my stream.
Want a treat? You wanna go outside? Want some big booty bitches? Just like your old man.
Yo, I can't hear it no more.
Did you? Nah, don't look away. Did you eat a treat, partner? So why they saying you ate a treat if you ain't eat a treat? Did you eat? Well, I'm gonna ask you again. Did you eat a treat, partner? Alright.
Did you hear about the neighbor? She said her dog's pregnant. She's gonna have 9 puppies. You know anything about that, buddy? Boy, you okay?
Pull up M A that boy cha-cha. That boy cha-cha. Pull up M A that boy cha-cha. Nigga.
Oh, no, that this dog.
Yeah. That's what you gonna get.
Legend.
Oh, these commercials. Yeah. Yo, when a dog start fighting you like that, it's war.
Wanted to give you a quick update. Ty is a big humper, overstimulated.
Can I see you as my crush? I will not trust. Tell you for I don't want love.
No, I see both of these videos, man. It's like, it's still funny.
And you on the playground?
Cats.
What's good with bull terriers, man?
Cats are weird. Cats are weird, man. Oh my.
strong, Coco. I know, bro. I know. Oh my God, bro. I ain't gonna lie. If I was a cat, I'd pop. No! Ah! Yo, fuck y'all, man. Dang, man. Dang. What's that video? I almost did it. I almost did it. Nah, bro. I ain't gonna lie. If I was a cat, why is the cat? Why is he sitting like that, bro? All right, let's go. Just wanted to show y'all that. Let's lock back in, man. One time, man. That's it. Oh my gosh. I couldn't hold it in, bro. I was doing so good, man. All right, let's lock back in. Yo, stay strong, Coco. I know, bro. I know. Oh my God, bro. I ain't gonna lie. If I was a cat, I'd pop. Wait a minute, y'all thought he was hanging for a second. Oh, here we go. We seen this. I seen this one.
Beagle, no! Beagle! Myself. I believe in myself.
Yo, hold on. Who put that up there, man? That's a new intro, bro. He got a video?
Beethoven, world peace. It's a believe in yourself, world peace song. Come on. I believe in myself. Yeah, self. Yeah. I believe in myself. Yeah. Combined with fun rhymes and positivity galore. Orbit the sun with the letter to dub this.
Y'all trying to laugh or smile. Animal Edition. Memes for Lennar. That got me once again, bro. I think, yeah, y'all onto something now, man. Y'all got me. I'ma make sure I lock back in next time. Make sure I lock back in next time, bro. Because I almost had it. I only had a little less than a minute left to go, and I failed. Make sure I put in videos in the Discord. The Discord link is going to be in the description. So Timmy T can put them in. Y'all got me, bro. Y'all got me one time. This is it. When I say this, I mean it. No more laughing or smiling after this. No more laughing or smiling after this, bro. I'm locking it in. For the rest of the year, no more laughing or smiling. Y'all not making me laugh no more, bro. Make sure y'all tune into the streams, though. Make sure y'all tune into the live streams. I'll be live streaming on this channel all the time. If y'all not tuning into the live streams, y'all better tune in, man. We got number two. We got number one. Dang, what am I trying to say, bro? Lennar, say something. We got number one trending on gaming, bro. Number one trending on gaming live streaming twice. Subnautica. If y'all not there, make sure y'all there, man. Make sure y'all join the live, man. Have a good time. We be in there chilling. I'll be playing Subnautica. I'll be playing different games and stuff like that. Make sure y'all come and join, y'all. Yeah, we're live streaming and stuff. It's a fun time. And I'll be live streaming for like hours. Maybe 3 to 7 hours. But yeah, man.
Beethoven, world peace. This song, I believe in myself. Yeah, I believe in myself. Yeah, got a plethora of good vibes. Stegosaurus, huge sunshine, combined with fun rhymes.
You don't need headphones to cancel the noise, or medals to feel like you're winning. All you need to do is move. ASICS. Sound mind, sound body.
Een Minecraft Movie Blast Tag Cast van Mattel. Daar gaan Steve en Dennis op de hielen gezeten door de piglins in vuurbalcasts. Dit is het moment om toe te slaan. Ja! Blast Attack Cast
believe in myself. Yeah. Shit is stupid, babe. If you do, you do. If you don't, yeah, yeah. Yo, yeah. Okay, we have YouTube darkest videos. Okay, let's get it.
Yo, YouTube's darkest videos 8. I feel like this one came quicker than it usually is. Than he usually like posts the videos. Well, here we go. Oh, God. Yep, here we go.
It was 2:46 p.m. when the ground began to shake.
Holy shit.
For residents of Anagawa, Japan,
This
earthquakes
is
were nothing new,
earthquake.
but this one
Man,
was
that's fucked up.
different.
Straight out of a movie.
Why did I choose for this
It carried
video?
with it a violence that none of the locals
I'll
had
go
ever
and
felt
get some
before.
drink
And
first.
by the time the
This is
shaking
too much.
stopped, everyone in the city seemed to be left in a momentary state.
Believe in myself.
Come on, bro.
All my life, family has been super important to me. I love my family, but I also realize I don't know much about them.
This is an ad, isn't it?
The footage shows that the shoreline was no more. as the water had inundated the entire area as it slowly crept its way deeper into the city streets.
Every stream must be burping like it's
Sense of
nothing.
this ordeal that they were now given a front row seat to, and as they record, we can hear them desperately calling out for Santo. But at no point do we see him. We just know that he's down there, somewhere. And as the desperation in their pleas increases, as Anagawa as they knew it was completely eviscerated.
What are they saying? I don't know.
They realized that there was now essentially no hope for Sato. It was at this time that the women realized that despite already being at a considerable height, it still might not be enough. And so they ran even higher up the hill, desperately trying to get out of the path of this water.
Sometimes last minute videos, people's last minute videos are terrifying. You know? People's last minute videos are really terrifying, and sometimes it can be unexpected, you know, accidental.
He stood on was once a full 2 stories off the ground, but was now just a few inches above the surface of the water.
And definitely, it's not only scary to capture it, but it's scary to even view it afterwards. Because yeah, I know some people have to do that as their job, as detectives or cops or whatever, inspectors. Yeah, it looks terrifying.
The recording stopped shortly after, and before were now fully underwater, and the buildings that once stood around them were now reduced to nothingness. So not led them up that hill, then all of these women would have certainly been a part of it. Most devastating earthquake ever, with it ringing
tsunami.
Worst ever tsunami, as that day with being one of them. But against wife and daughter were not part of that death toll, as it's been reported that they were later found alive and unharmed. The devastation that occurred that day is incomprehensible. In this video of Anagawa, as you can see what it looked like before, during.
Oh, you say play with me Free Fire? What? On what console?
But what I found so interesting about this was all throughout this disaster were stories like Sato's, a man who risked his life to save 20 women that he hardly knew, and a man who gave his life trying to save his family, walking directly into the path of the worst natural disaster.
I was watching some videos right now. I was watching, yeah, I'm Dante YouTube darkest videos. I think the video is posted 15 hours ago.
As the hero that he was.
But you say you want to play Free Fire. What the fuck is Free Fire, man?
That not a single one of them perished, which speaks volumes about the people of Anagawa, who so readily put others' lives before their own.
Georgetown, few people crossed dead inside the home, and so far it's not known how the fire started.
On the 17th of February 2021, when residents of a small neighborhood in Georgetown, Ontario, were woken by the sound of sirens blaring. One man frantically grabbed his cell phone and rushed outside to record the unfolding scene, where he was met flames. Even arrived on the scene, there was already little hope of saving the house, or any of its occupants. Finally quelled, revealing the charred devastation inside, as firefighters would find the remains of 56-year-old 59-year-old Andrew Rerak within the home's garage. As a result of some sort of explosion that had happened within the garage where the couple's bodies were found. This was of Andrew and Christina in that fire, and instead, both of them had been stabbed to death, with Andrew also being badly beaten. This fire wasn't started to kill them, it was started to cover up their murder, and it did a good job. Be destroyed, with very little evidence being left behind. But there was something else investigators thought to check. That's security footage. Garage where all of this carnage seemed to have happened, and so they thought maybe if they looked back far enough, it could at the very least show what had led up to this brutal attack. And so they rewound that footage, going back hours and hours, during all of which the garage had remained perfectly still, until they got all the way back to 6:42 of the day prior, February 16th.
Heeft nu nog meer. Ja, meer vitamines, mineralen en extracten. En ook nog eens super lekker. Zo'n C-vitamin water, dat doet wat met je.
Je laptop, hij doet het nog, maar hij is onwijs traag. Hoog tijd voor een nieuwe dus. Alleen, welke wordt het? Geen paniek. Wij hebben de laptop die voldoet aan jouw wensen. Je vindt hem in...
Monsters.
The film showed the moments that the couple had arrived home together inside of Christina's car, which Andrew had been driving that night, as he pulled uneventfully into the garage. This was the last time this couple was seen alive on camera, which on its own is disturbing enough. But as it turns out, there was something far more unsettling about this footage, as it revealed the fact that Christina and Andrew weren't alone.
He was in the car?
2021. Some 2020 sessions, man. Yeah. Buddy was there. Buddy was in here.
I needed a bed, bro. Wait, what?
The footage showed a tall figure, its features completely shrouded in darkness, almost as if it were a shadow, with this figure lying in wait out of sight on the side of the house, until right after Andrew pulls the car to the garage, when this person slips in behind them. It's impossible to say for sure if the couple noticed this person or not, but it appears that they likely didn't, as they both start to exit the vehicle, to which the figure then ducks down in an attempt to avoid detection. Until the garage door begins to slowly close. Neither Christina or Andrew would make it out of that garage alive, as just seconds after this footage, they both would be brutally murdered by this unidentified person.
What the fuck?
The footage is terrifying and speaks to that innate fear in most of us, the fear of being followed, of being watched, and attacked in the moments where we least expect it. It's paranoia-inducing, and made even more off-putting by the fact that this clearly seemed to be premeditated, Whoever this was knew their schedule and had been waiting for them to arrive home in a place where they knew they wouldn't be seen.
That's why you always.
But by this point, their motivation was as unknown.
Always check your surroundings. Always look around before you, especially if you're going in a closed space, bro. Please check places and then just shutting the door. Like, make sure.
As their identity. Following the discovery of this footage, bits and
Don't walk around with headphones. If you can, get a firearm or a taser or pepper spray, things like that. A blade.
Cases were released to the press in order to get the public's help in identifying this unknown assailant. It represented a rare instance of a killer being clearly caught on camera right before committing a crime. But that's also what made this case so frustrating, as despite the video capturing this person, none of their features were discernible at all. Unsurprisingly, the footage didn't bring in any relevant leads, but it at the very least showed investigators that
if he has a drop on you, it's over regardless. That sounds like there's a word for people like that. There's a word for people like that, but
assassin.
It's never over unless you just let it be over. Like what?
Knew the couple due to its obvious premeditation. Though when looking into both Andrew and Christina, it was clear that neither of them really had any enemies in their life, with the exception of one. Harrison Brown was a 27-year-old employee at a company called Rogue Transportations, of which Christina happened to be the vice president of operations. And during
There's a word for people who kill people. Assassin.
Give up, bro.
Harrison was known to be abrasive.
You're never safe.
You
should never assume that you're safe. And you're, even if you always be aware of everything. Well, I mean, that's how I was like raised, and that's how I was brought up. Always to make sure like you watching your surroundings, no matter where you are.
Think about it. With Christina often having to be the.
I'm always making sure no one's like a car is gonna follow me, even if I suspect when I'm getting close to the neighborhood, I feel like a car is following me. I'll do like a turn into another neighborhood just to see, because you is getting crazier and crazier with more weirdos on the internet, more fucking weirdos. Holy shit! Oh my god, everybody's weird on the internet, dude.
Leading to Harrison resenting her. It isn't clear how police were tipped off about this strained working relationship, but they had somehow grown suspicious enough of Harrison to pay his home a visit. And what they found inside showed that this resentment he had towards Christina had actually morphed into a twisted obsession. Inside, police found satellite images of the rear ex home, along with the software on the man's computer and cell phone that showed that on the 12th of February.
I mean, look, people are making excuses like you're aware because of what's happening in the video, bro. If you just want to be a victim, by all means, be a victim. I don't give a fuck about what happened to you, nigga. I'm aware for not just me, but for Danielle and my kids. So it's like, if you just walk around like, yo, whatever's gonna happen anyway, then by all means do that, bro. Like, keep making excuses for why you aren't armed. I guess keep making excuses for why you aren't armed. That's your life, bro. I don't give a fuck.
Device to Christina's car, and he had been tracking her movements for days, which is precisely how he knew when she would be arriving home. And as if this revelation wasn't damning enough, he would also find a broken knife in his garage that contained trace amounts of Christina's blood. It was obvious what Harrison had done, and when confronted with this evidence, there was nothing more
I got cameras everywhere
he could say other than the truth. So he admitted.
So I would have got alerted if niggas was on the side of the house, in the back of the house, on the other side of the house, in the front of the house, by the garage, and like all over.
He had grown a hatred for Christina because of the way that she had treated him at work. He decided that he needed to get his revenge.
What?
This evidence, there was nothing more he could say other than the truth. So he admitted he had grown a hatred for Christina because of the way that she had treated him at work. He decided that he needed to get his revenge. That's when he purchased this tracking device and began obsessing over her movements, studying them before finding the perfect time and place to strike. And on February 16th, he waited outside the rear ex home and snuck into their garage before attacking and killing them both. After the assault, Harrison would leave the home, where he began to grow paranoid about being caught, and so he returned to the house the very next morning.
No, I don't have ops, dude.
Morning to start that fire, with the hopes being that the blaze would cover up his tracks. Though thankfully, this didn't work, and after pleading guilty to 2 counts of first-degree murder and 1 count of
the real answer is no matter what you do, if God wants you, he got you. If God wants you, He gonna get you. Fighting the life He provided you. Yeah, God bless you. I'm just let you have that.
Harrison Brown would be sentenced to life in prison.
Chapter 3.
I got an unresponsive scene. I gotta bail the car and get out.
Sir Patrick Feaster sits in his cruiser parked alongside the road.
Yo, there's like so much I want to say, but there's not even there. It's not even like it's not doing.
In the town of Paradise, California, waiting for his first action of this uncharacteristically quiet night, his car was facing the direction of a well-known local cantina, which patrons were known to drive away from under the influence. And sure enough, as the clock approached midnight, the calmness around Feaster would be shattered by the...
Yo, is it normal to just have the alcohol just hit the table and not even try to make sure it don't get on the table?
...sight of a car speeding out of the restaurant's parking lot.
I don't drink either. That's why I'm wondering. When they're pouring shots, they literally just pour it and keep going down the shot.
They're spilling a lot. They're spilling a lot.
Even while it's pouring on the table. So I'm like, what is the point of doing that? You clean up the table every time you give a shot?
The car went unseen by Feaster's dashcam, but not by Feaster himself, as he took off, doing his best to catch up with the car that was now speeding down the road. And within a few seconds, he does. As the car slowly comes into frame for the first time, inside that vehicle was 26-year-old Andrew Thomas and his ex-wife, 23-year-old Darian Aaron. Andrew had been drinking heavily that night and was well over the legal limit, with his driving showing as much, as he failed to pull over once Feaster approached him, resulting in a police chase that would only end up lasting just a few seconds.
We wouldn't know. I assume y'all niggas be drinking and smoking and all that shit. Damn, how fast is he going? Oh my God, is that them?
Copy, roll over TC, to Black Hall.
As Andrew would drive his car directly into a median, causing the SUV to flip over violently before coming to a halt on its side. In that instant, Darian was ejected from the vehicle, being thrown straight through the windshield and landing onto the asphalt, where, despite still being alive, her injuries were likely unsurvivable. But Andrew, on the other hand, was still inside the vehicle, and he seemed to have been left relatively unharmed, as perhaps being boosted by adrenaline.
It's always, and plus, when you're drunk, like, because I was wondering why, like, when drunk people get into accidents, it's like, they never die or harm. It's always the other people, but it's because their body is relaxed, and when you're in a relaxed state, when you get in a crash, I guess it's better for you, rather than tensing up. It's kind of an accident, you would much rather want to be drunk.
He quickly tried to crawl his way out of the car in a desperate attempt to check on Darian, with Officer Feaster's dashcam capturing the entire ordeal. Though just as Andrew attempted to do so, we see Feaster step into the frame.
That happened to me before. You were driving drunk? Or you just happened to be drunk, like in the passenger seat or something? Probably drunk in the passenger seat, got into an accident, and you were fine.
Elkaar. Met de Mexicaanse raps van Houdig. Hoe was jullie dag?
Yeah, they don't be panicking. You cannot do that in the moment. There's no way if you're about to get in a crash to just be like, let my body be loose. There's no way.
Without saying a single word, fires 2 shots at Andrew, with one of the bullets appearing to strike him. Word.
They decided to shoot him.
Without saying a single word, fires 2 shots at Andrew, with one of the bullets appearing to strike him, causing his body to go limp as he falls back into the car.
Wait, what?
It happened in a literal instant. Clear Feaster had most likely accidentally discharged his weapon.
Accidentally?
There was no attempt at communication before the shot was fired, with Andrew clearly posing no risk to him, as both of his hands were being used to hoist himself up. From the footage, this all seems to be a horrible accident.
No, it doesn't. To who?
And one that Feaster seemed to recognize right away, as he rushed up to the car, pointing his flashlight at the man that he had just shot, staring at him for over 10 seconds, trying to make sense of what he had just done, before he finally snaps out of it, and uses his radio to call for backup. Though this is when this already
He said he shot 2 shots.
Video starts to become much more disturbing.
I got a male in the car refusing to get out.
When he mentions the shooting, and instead he states that the driver was refusing to get out of the vehicle. This is walking away from the man and pointing his flashlight to the ground, almost as if he was looking for something. With some looking for his shell casings. Another officer arrives on the scene and begins to survey the wreckage. Where, again, Feaster says that Andrew was refusing to get out of the car, making no mention of the fact that he had just shot him. It's clear at this point what Feaster was trying to do. He was trying to cover up his accident, but this suddenly became more difficult when Andrew started to speak.
Hey, we got one to get out. Get out of the car, sir. Not shot, sir. Get out of the car.
You're not shot. Get out of the car.
Andrew Thomas was still alive and had muttered to Feaster that he had been shot, but even to his face, Feaster tries to tell the other cop what had happened.
Sir, the car is still on and I don't want you to get hurt. I was right there. I saw it. Did you get shot in the cantina? Who shot you? The cop did not shoot you.
But understandably, this other cop wasn't believing him, as surely Feaster would have said something at this point. And so, the minutes start to pass. And after 5 full minutes, Feaster
Say the
continues
cop did
processing
not
the
shoot
scene
you,
like
but
nothing
it was
happened,
clearly the
with the
cop
other
that
officer
just
being left to theorize that Andrew must have been seriously injured and was likely in a state of shock, which is why he was making all of these strange claims about being shot.
He may be hurt in there. Yeah, I know he is. He's in shock at the very least.
From here, the footage cuts, and we're only left with the audio from that same officer's body cam, as he attempts to get more information from Andrew.
Sir, I need you to talk to me so I know you're okay. Sir, take a look at me.
But by this point, he had gone completely silent.
Wow. Wow, what a piece of shit. Oh my god, they
10 minutes later, the footage then cuts back on, this time to another officer's body cam.
Brother, you didn't censor it out.
It shows that an ambulance had now finally arrived on the scene, with medics first directing their attention to Darian, who was in the worst shape, as she
My brother
would tragically be pronounced dead shortly after. But despite all of these first responders on the scene, none of them had any idea that the man inside that vehicle had just been shot.
My brother!
And shot by one of their colleagues. And in these moments, Andrew was slowly losing his life as each minute passed. It would take 11 full minutes before Feaster finally confessed.
Hold the scene, Manny, with me. We're going over to the cantina to find out this guy.
11 minutes. This, yeah.
Saying that he might have shot the man, but he wasn't sure. And immediately after saying this, the recording is stopped, and the footage comes to an end.
Piece of shit.
Sure enough, in that moment, Officer Patrick Feaster had in fact shot Andrew Thomas, with a bullet striking him directly in the neck. And the reason why he wasn't getting out of his vehicle was because that gunshot had left him fully paralyzed from the neck
What
down.
a piece of shit.
His condition was awful, and made worse by the length of time that it took for him to receive proper treatment. And despite fighting for weeks, Andrew Thomas would lose his life less than 1 month later due to that gunshot wound. Afterwards, Feaster admitted that he did fire his gun, but claimed that in the moment he wasn't actually sure if he had hit Andrew. But many found this hard to believe, as his gun clearly...
This is not what the title says this was going to be. Well, brother, there's still. It's almost over, man. We're about to get to it.
That Andrew, and he clearly gets a good view of him immediately after the fact. Not to mention the fact that Andrew literally told him over and over again that he was shot. But for many, by far the most incriminating moment was when Feaster appeared to be looking for his shell casings. And because of his actions, Officer Patrick Feaster would be found guilty of manslaughter and receive a prison sentence. Days.
What?
A decision that was heavily contested but ultimately upheld. And while no one is defending Andrew Thomas's decision to drink and drive that night, Feaster's use of deadly force.
Yeah, it ain't about that. It's about what the fuck happened afterwards. Wow. Wow.
Make this footage harrowing nonetheless.
Imagine the shit that goes on with no cams. There are many who believe that the Officer Feaster intentionally shot Andrew that day. It's difficult to explore this theory without being able to show the fool. Nigga, he reached for his gun and then shot. Didn't they say, wasn't it twice? Wasn't it 2 shots? So I recommend looking up the case for yourself and drawing your own conclusion. Bro, fuck out of here, dude. I know how a fucking gun works, dude. You have to pull back.
Bro, I don't got no problem with giving back, man. I'm the only one out here with a show that's actually giving back. You feel me?
Young QC gives back.
It's May 2013. And arrives at his local bank in Chicago, Illinois, to deposit $20,000 cash, which he planned on giving out to groups of his most adoring fans.
Man, about to go get this $1,000 out for the fans, man. Really, I'm gonna take out 20,000, man. Just to show people, you feel me? I'm on a whole different level with this.
To this point, Quamain had carved out a respectable following on his YouTube channel, where he acted in a series called The Nick Story.
I'm sorry.
You feel me? I'm on a whole different level with this.
To this point, Quamain had carved out a respectable following on it.
This nigga has subscribers, only 17 videos, and is going to pull 20K out the bank?
His YouTube channel, where he acted in a series called The Nick Story.
All word out your mouth, that's your last. It's your life. I'm gonna take it myself. Put it in my graveyard with the rest of them.
Along with posting music he made under the name Young QC.
Oh.
Based on his viewership alone, his success was apparent, and he wasn't shy about showing off the wealth that he claimed to have accrued as a result of it, posting photos and videos of himself flaunting large amounts of cash across his social media pages. Most boastful yet, as he would take that $20,000 and throw it into the air for all of his fans to fight over.
Okay, he's splashing money.
Show off his riches, despite the fact that behind the scenes, things weren't quite as they seemed. The truth was, Quamain had actually earned very little from his channel despite its viewership, with this being on account of his videos containing copyrighted music and the fact that he only had a dozen or so uploads. In fact, his social media flexing had started well before he even made his first video, as in reality, all of this money was coming straight from his mother, Yolanda Holmes. Having started a successful business in Chicago, Yolanda made a great living for herself and Quamain. And being her only son, Quamain was given just about anything he could have asked for. She would buy him designer clothes, jewelry, and even the Mustang seen in this video. But for Quamain, it never seemed to be enough. He wanted to achieve a life of fame and riches, and he used his mother's finances to sell the illusion that he already had, asking her again and again to purchase it.
Why? For the internet's approval. So the internet be like, nah, you really got money like that. Nah, he's so wow, he's so rich. Oh my god, he's so cool. Fucking, who cares, bro? Fuck what people gotta say about you, bro. You sitting here trying to do all this. What a dumbass thing.
Some things that could help him sell this dream. Until one day, it all came crashing down when Yolanda would tragically lose her life.
He killed her, didn't he?
Just like that, Quamain's entire support system had fallen out beneath his feet, leaving him without his mother and without the provider who was funding his entire life. But strangely, this didn't seem to stop his lavish online presence. In fact, his spending only seemed to increase after this, as this footage of him giving away money to fans actually took place after the death of his mother. which became extremely off-putting for law enforcement, as Yolanda hadn't simply passed away, and instead, she had been brutally murdered.
Wow!
Met slimme intentiesysteem denkt met je mee.
She hasn't passed away, but she has been brutally murdered. That's the same thing. I'm not stupid. What's up, Eye of Thanos?
That not only were his mother's savings entirely willed to him, but she had also taken
I'll do my best to remember you.
policies in which he was the sole beneficiary. And despite Yolanda giving him anything that he
Try
had
to
asked
recall
for,
some moments.
it seemed
Maybe
that
I
by this
might.
point, Quamain had simply grown tired of having to ask.
What's your name, for example?
Oh my god, that just gave me a headache, yo. Oh my gosh. A piece of paper. Thank you, Chad. A piece of paper, and I think about this every time something like this happens. A piece of paper controls.
Yeah, a lot of people come to my live every time,
Really
but
shows who is willing to do what. Who is willing
they
to
state their names, you know.
to do bad or do fuck somebody over for paper.
They introduce themselves
So,
to me.
on September 2nd, 2012, he would offer his friend Eugene Spencer $3,500 to kill his own mother.
I mean, properly.
And that night, he would travel to the apartment of Yolanda Holmes late at night, where he entered her room and shot her multiple times as she slept. At the time, her boyfriend had been sleeping next to her, and despite jumping up and doing his best to fight off the attacker, Eugene would eventually beat him unconscious before fleeing the scene. After the attack, to tell him that the job was done, but rather than feeling any sort of guilt, Quamain instead had no emotion, and he simply stated, and so Eugene went back up.
It's not just paper, it's how people live. Maybe if the world wasn't built off that paper, then people wouldn't be killing each other over it. Oh my god. I think you might actually be someone who would kill someone for that paper. I think you might actually. The fact that you completely missed the point and jumped on why you need the paper shows that you are this type of fucktard who would actually kill someone for that piece of paper. Because niggas need it? Because niggas need it to survive?
And repeatedly stabbed Yolanda until he...
That basically sounds like, I mean, I would do it too, bro. We need that to survive and pay the bills. What? Exactly what I said. What people are willing to do for paper.
was a rich man, and it only cost him the life of his own mother.
That's like a broke mentality, I'm not gonna lie. I hate to say that, but I feel like it's a broke mentality, bro. Yup, broke mentality, bro. Bro, no, I'm not justifying it, I'm explaining it.
That's
Explain
stupid.
it to me like I don't know. Or you said hold on, where's it at? So I can prove that I'm not just making shit up. Where's it at?
What's a life without your mother?
So I see what you said before, but I ignored it. Only a rich person like you would say something as ignorant as that, bro. Because I said what people are willing to do for paper. You got broke mentality, and I'm not saying you're broke, okay? I'm not saying you're broke, but you probably are. But you have a broke mentality, nigga. You think I? But mind or heart of hearts think, yo, I could scam, rob, or kill for money. It was never that serious, nigga. Like, I would have rather took myself out than ever do some crazy shit to get money. It's never that deep to me. I don't know I don't understand what money means. I know exactly what the fuck it means. More than you, because I have
Money
it,
is the root of
so
all
don't ever try to, like,
people,
calm
but
down,
money
nigga.
is the root
Better
of all
realize who you're
evil.
talking to. You haven't had both sides, nigga. I've experienced both. No money in all of it. Don't ever try to, like, play me, nigga. Been through it. I've had the experience. Sorry about that.
The police were left with no concrete leads
That'll
as to
be
who might have
press.
killed Dimanta. And
I'm just saying, like, people need to understand, I get it. Yes, we need money for literally everything. Everything. But yourself for that at all. Don't ever lose yourself for it.
People are period.
Because once you get it, then what? If that's all you live for is money, then what? When you do get it, then what? You need more. You need to satisfy your quench for that paper. Then what, nigga? Their whole personality, bro.
whom Eugene had knocked unconscious. But no one even thought to look at Kwame.
I'm just kidding.
And recognizing that he was in the clear, his behavior grew brazen.
And lost his mother to gun violence on November 14th.
My mother, she's a neighborhood woman. A guy entered a home.
Why some loser killed his mother is crazy.
I hate when niggas say it's not that serious when you literally just try to define me. Say something because I have money. You literally just in my thought, and now because I pressed you, it's not that serious. That's what I'm gonna start doing. Just be like, yo, you're right, bro. You got it, man. Because it's like, the world, so, killing people, bro, it happens.
Killing people
so people
is
are gonna kill people because money rules the world.
not good, not good,
Yeah,
not
you
good.
got it. You're right. You're right. Yeah, you're right. And I wouldn't understand because
You expected me to say that?
You're right. And you don't have any money, so only you understand what people are willing to do.
To be Anakin.
To get the money out. You're right. You're right. You're completely right. I understand.
Become Darth Vader.
To steal.
As he went on TV to talk about
and murder her. A guy entered a home, and murdered her, just to steal.
As he went on TV to talk about his mother's murder, where he peddled the theory to the public that this was some sort of botched robbery. All the while, he showed no emotion. He wouldn't even wait
You show no remorse.
depositing the money, as he took out $90,000 within just the first few days, and immediately began showing it off to his followers. And in this footage, where he gave away that $20,000, throwing it into the air as if it meant nothing to him, every cent of that had come from the death of his own mother, a death in which he was entirely responsible for.
Hey, where did you get those drawers that you were wearing when you took your pants off on Patreon? Print BTW.
No, it's not like that. What we doing on Patreon, bro? It was hot in my room, so I had took my pants off. Yo, y'all are now you're making it weird, dude. Now you're making it weird. Yo. Bro, I was hot in the rooms, and then
for Kwame and Eugene to be caught, with police largely being tipped off by his online antics. And in the end, Eugene was given a 100-year prison sentence.
in the room, because this is a theater room. There's no fucking windows. There's no, not like it's just hot. Is there a vent? There's a vent.
9 years. Fined by his creation of away that $20,000, throwing it into the air as if it meant nothing to him. Every cent of that had come from the death of his own mother, a death in which he was entirely responsible for.
That's fucked up.
It would take over a whole year for Quamain and Eugene to be caught, with police largely being tipped off by his online antics. And in the end, Eugene was given a 100-year prison sentence, while Quamain received 99 years. With his legacy now permanently defined by his creation of one of YouTube's darkest videos.
That's why I don't say anything. That's why I don't say nothing. I don't got like chat. I don't got it like that, bro. I don't got it like that. Niggas keep saying, well, you got money. You and no, the fuck I don't. No, the fuck I don't, bro. Niggas be proud to show like, yo, I just got a new whip. Yo, just got a new whip. Yo, just got a new house. Yo, just got a new chain. Yo, just got some new ties. I don't got shit, bro. I don't got nothing, bro. I'm good. I'm good. Like I can, you know. But I don't even got like.
I'm alright. I'm not.
On stream was crazy.
I'm not broke.
Didn't see the stream where we was slapping.
I'm not rich.
That's the end of the video.
I'm alright.
Thank you, YouTube. Sorry for the yap, but y'all know. Yo, y'all give y'all input at the bottom, bro. Okay, like yeah, okay.
I definitely need to up my game.
Money rules the world. I get it, but that don't mean you lose your morals and start killing people. It don't matter if you got money. Don't matter if you don't got money, bro. Like you should never lose who you are and lose your like lose all your morals just because money rules the world. Okay, yeah, bro. Cool. That don't mean you just do bad things. The fuck? You need to be with a girl to have a baby. Well, you don't really need to be with a girl to have a baby, but if you with a girl, you have sex with her to have a baby. Does that mean you just have sex with her even if she don't want you to? No, nigga. Like, fuck. Shit don't just work like that just because it's supposed to be like that. Yo, pussy rule the world. That means I gotta take the pussy. What, nigga? Fuck. We need cars to drop. We need cars to get the places faster. So I'm gonna steal the car, nigga. What?
Napoleon, lekker lang genieten. Nu in jouw winkel.
This video showing cars doing donuts as fireworks go off. Another neighbor told us he wants Mayor Brandon Johnson to take action.
I think he's too lenient. I think he needs to start being more aggressive with what's going on.
Guys, you sent me a couple of videos kind of regarding this topic, so we're going to kind of jumble them together with this video. It shows car drag racing drifting in Chicago, street takeover on the north side. Guys, the concept of street takeovers are definitely not new. I'm pretty sure they started out on the West Coast. They used to call them sideshows in like the late 90s and early 2000s. It's just it's a bed of debauchery, guys. I mean, it's generally a bunch of kids who do not care about the concept of the law or any type of authority. They don't care about any of these things, guys. Like literally zero. It's not safe here. A lot of drugs, a lot of weapons. A lot of people get injured. Again, these are not professional drivers doing things like this in the center, let's say. Whatever intersection it is, there are people standing around in a gigantic circle, and as they're basically drifting, doing all types of donuts, people do get injured. Happen at these things, guys. But let's go and jump to this video immediately. Let's do it.
After a street takeover on Chicago.
Fireworks.
And there's fireworks, there's donuts.
Early this morning at Ashland and Diversey
a lot of people.
In daylight, you can see the skid marks
and there's
left
a lot of
behind.
cars.
We received a number of complaints from people in the neighborhood.
Hold on, guys. Where the cops at?
Burn themselves. Come on, dog. Just let them be.
This is something absolutely important to stop or quell. If you look at the scene right here, imagine you being one of the people that are actually living here. On the people who are not there legally, I guess. Right?
Diversey in Lakeview. In daylight, you can see the skid marks left behind. We received a number of complaints from people in the neighborhood.
Guys.
A viewer shared this video showing cars doing donuts as fireworks go off. Another neighbor told us he wants Mayor Brandon Johnson to take action.
He's not
I
going
think
to.
he's too lenient. I think he needs to start being more aggressive with what's going on. I think he needs to add more police to the city, have them start doing something instead of just doing what they can, and I think they need to start nipping it and actually holding people accountable for their actions.
Guys, it would be great if people were actually held accountable for their actions. But unfortunately, Brandon Johnson would absolutely rather virtue signal to the people. This guy. I wish, sir, I wish you didn't have to deal with this. Is absolute craziness, guys. So there goes one singular cop.
Officers responding to the scene, sending people running, but Chicago police tell us they have no information about the incident tonight.
Let's get some more information.
Chaos and stunts as cars take over Chicago streets. Now neighbors want to know what's going to be done about it.
One of the places hit this week, Lakeview, near Ashland and Diversey. You can see a car circling, people hanging out the windows and setting off fireworks. Our Sarah Maki is at that intersection now with more tonight. Sarah?
Neighbors around here tell us that these street takeovers are noisy, they are annoying, and they are ultimately dangerous. And now they want to know why more has not been done to stop them.
I mean, listen, you're asking all the correct guys. Listen. She's asking all of the correct questions. That if you keep voting for the same thing, you're going to results here.
Tires squealing. I couldn't tell if it was fireworks or gunshots, but it went on for quite a long time.
What it was fireworks from a street takeover just blocks from Ann.
Yeah, but the guys, hold on. Wait.
What it was fireworks.
All right, so guys, if you absolutely look in this guy's hand right here, this is without a doubt almost positive here, like an AR pistol, guys. So it could be a mix of both. To be honest here, this guy.
Yes, I am alone right now. In my room. Doing some.
This video taken by another person visiting
I'm watching
the
some
area
YouTube
shows how those
videos.
fireworks exploded on the buildings nearby.
Like, imagine having
Video
to live
posted
here.
by the people involved shows this street takeover as well as another near Columbus
No,
and
I'm not.
Wacker. A growing problem.
Well, I had one about 100 yards from my house, a couple, 3 months ago.
Guess again.
And it was so quick.
Alderman Scott Wagaspack, who represents this ward, says
Guys, I'm going to go ahead and forecast that, like, based off of some of the information that has been basically released, is that people that are actually involved in this, like, community, this culture of things, right? What they do is they can and they leave. Like, these things don't last that long, guys. Because in fact, when the cops come, finally, it's over.
as his office started getting calls as soon as the takeover started. He says police are having a hard time tracking down some of the drivers because they take the license plates off their cars, but they are going to start cracking down when street takeovers pop up.
The only thing they can do is try to contain them. And, we changed the law so that they could do that. We changed the law so that they could do the impoundment. And I think that's really where they're going to have to double down on efforts.
When police arrived at this Sunday morning takeover, the onlookers scatter, driving off before police closed off the streets, leaving only tire tracks and social media posts behind.
Like, you could definitely see the targeting specifically counts here, guys.
Are you alone? I mean, shit. Yeah.
Oh, okay. This is a different one here. Let's.
You are American. Oh, American.
Some of the teen takeover in Lakeview late Monday night.
We should have tiered deployment detail to. Okay, guys. Based off of this, Yeah, no. Guys, come on. Where you? Oh my God, guys. I don't want to be that guy. Hold on. Let me not be that guy today. All right. Where are your parents? Where are like that? Be that guy. This looks bad. That's all I'm gonna say.
Yeah.
This context here, bro. This looks bad. You can't wonder why people talk crazy about you. You can't. You act like this. You can't.
Filipino, okay? Shout out to my Filipino friend.
Many here jumped off the red line at
I mean, if you consider me a friend.
Of course, it's working on a car. Hold on, guys.
Soon blocking traffic, jumping on cars.
Yeah. Twerk more.
And how is it in Filipino?
Arrest everybody.
No violence, but disruption and damage.
Oh, a Philippine.
This smashed up
That's
car is
why.
just one result.
Right,
Comedian Dominic Racino had just finished a 9:30 show at Annoyance Theater when he tried to get his car that was parked at 925 Belmont.
I see like a riot happening down the street and just sort of surrounded by cops that are just like watching. I went up to one of the cops.
Where the cops are just watching.
What are the cops doing? They're just standing there.
And I said, my car's in there. And he looked at me and he said, you're. And
wow.
I was really like faultless and without a choice.
Dominic and his partner had just bought the car as a Christmas gift to one another, and now it's in the shop with $15,000 worth of damage.
Everyone was like, well, you gotta call your insurance, and we did, and they were like, oh, you don't have the package that covers mob insurance.
The disappointment
Mob
was
insurance.
there when police asked CTA.
He's a comedian. That has to be a joke, bro. Mob insurance? No, stop playing. That's not a thing, is it? They get insurance. I think they have insurance that a hurricane comes through.
Appreciate it, bro.
You don't have wind insurance, though.
Slow?
That's great.
They are not going to bypass the station. They're still going to stop there. Can you kind of take through some hands? You're going to get barricades over here?
When officers were asked to go to another call,
We can't answer that, but we're way outnumbered here.
we asked OEMC for a response.
You're just standing there watching?
Police News Affairs, who said in a statement, CPD works closely with the CTA and the Department of Streets and Sanitation. We frequently collaborate and coordinate in public safety efforts and greatly appreciate their continued partnership and support. Chicago police say detectives are investigating Dom's case as well. Natalie Martinez.
Okay. Yes. Guys, I don't like this. Like, this just makes everyone. Black person on earth is absolutely a monolith, because it's definitely not. There's massive differences. Not even in the United States. I mean, first of all, you don't go outside at night. All right, we don't do all of that. So what is this? Where the
It's just in Chicago, though. It's not everywhere. But I mean, just in certain angles, certain places.
Blinde test.
Not everywhere.
Wij waren benieuwd.
Much better.
is een Senseo.
Stuk goedkoper volgens mij. Senseo, simpelweg lekkere koffie. De nieuwste Adidas voor een Scapino-prijs. Neem die stap. Scapino.
Close to the surface of the moon. 2008, the spacecraft passed through the plumes extending from the geysers and detected water, carbon dioxide, and hydrocarbons, making the icy moon one of the most likely places to find alien life in this solar system, albeit on a bacterial level. Cassini captured Saturn's rings in all their glory. Experiments were conducted to determine the structure of the rings, and after analysis back on Earth, the structure was determined to be mostly made of ice. While orbiting over Saturn's hexagonal North Pole, a stationary vortex was discovered at the center of the pole. The stunning storm earned the nickname the Rose due to its angry, dark red appearance. The is similar to that of a hurricane. However, at 5,000 miles across and with winds of up to 350 miles per hour, it is nothing like any terrestrial hurricane ever seen. To be dramatically changing color, possibly due to seasonal changes and extended exposure to sunlight. On the 25th of October 2012, Cassini witnessed the aftermath of the massive Great White Spot Storm that occurs roughly once every 30 years. The solar system, with it even being Jupiter's famous giant red spot. On the 19th of July 2013, the probe was pointed towards Earth to capture an image of Earth, Venus, Mars, and Saturn. The image has since been coined the Day the Earth Smiled, as NASA encouraged the world to go outside and wave upwards towards Cassini. Years in space, Cassini received one last daring assignment, a grand finale of dives through the gaps between Saturn and its rings, culminating in a plunge into Saturn's atmosphere itself. This would ultimately end in the destruction of Cassini. To prevent any biological contamination to the moons of Saturn thought to offer potential habitability. On the 15th of September 2017, Cassini completed its of Saturn. Beginning its gallant descent into the heavens of the immense gas giant, Cassini fought to keep its antenna pointed back towards Earth, transmitting data up until its disintegration. This allowed for a new research calculating the length of a day on Saturn, as well as revealing that Saturn's rings are a mere 10 to 100 million years old, or roughly the same age as the dinosaurs. The Cassini mission has left a lasting legacy and is a prime example of the potential of space exploration. Future depend on the early pathways created by such missions, as they have laid a precedent of how to find planets and moons in outer space capable of supporting life off of Earth.